Hey everybody, it's Living Life MD, and today I decided to take my talks on the road. I wanted to talk today about stress and how it can affect the body and what we can do to mitigate the stress in our lives so that we can lead a healthier and just a more fun life. So, I'd like just to point out really quick that if you like this video or it resonates with you, you can always like or share down below. If you have any thoughts or questions after this video, please feel free to put it in the comments. And then just another really quick reminder that anything that we discuss in these videos is informational only and should not replace regular visits with your primary care physician or your care team. So stress. I think everybody is stressed these days. I feel like there's good stress and there's bad stress. There's stress that only lasts for a day or two or maybe for a few hours, and then stress that can last for weeks, months, or even years. And all of these things can have an effect on the body. Some of these effects are temporary and in some ways beneficial to the body. And then the long-term chronic effects of stress, though, can lead to some, health conditions and certainly some concerns that could make living your life a little harder. So let's talk about those really quick. Some of the ways chronic long-term stress can affect the body is through your immune system. Some people have a tendency to catch more colds. We know that it does suppress the immune system. If you have high blood pressure, it could actually make your blood pressure worse. It does increase your blood sugar. So if you have uncontrolled diabetes, it may make your blood sugars worse. We know that it can affect your heart rate. Certainly short-term stress, like if you're in a dangerous situation, can make your heart rate rise. It actually can affect your sleep. Some people sleep a lot more when they're stressed. Some people have insomnia. I know I have chronic insomnia. I'm usually up 2 to 3 hours every single night, no matter what I do, and it's really difficult. And what we really do know about long-term chronic stress is that it can actually affect structures and the neurochemistry in your brain. Those kinds of changes in your brain can lead to what we all call brain fog. And I don't know about you guys, I experience brain fog practically every single day. And it can be really difficult to deal with when you're trying to get an important presentation done for work or remember to have snacks at your child's school. And then the other thing it can do is actually make it harder for you to think. So trouble concentrating, not being able to think things through as well. We all know that stress can have these kinds of effects on your body. So how exactly does stress affect our body? I think of stress as a short-term or long-term environmental trigger, which then creates a cascade of hormonal responses in our bodies. And so I'd like to take a little bit of time to try and explain that in a simplified way.
As you can see, after the initial rush of adrenaline, cortisol can return to normal. However, it can also continue to be activated in times of chronic stress to keep your body on high alert. It can affect things such as decreasing your sensitivity to pain, your heart, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, suppressing the immune system, GI issues, and definitely can affect your memory and attention.
So now that we have a basic, simplified understanding of how stress triggers this hormonal kind of chemistry in our body and how that affects us, I'd like just to really talk to you about how can you alleviate your stress in your life. There's stresses every single day. I'm actually stressed making this video because I'm doing it in public for the first time and I'm really new to all of this, so I'm hoping this video actually turns out. But I think it's really important, and I really want to stress that it's important to take care of yourself every day, and I think that's the best way you can alleviate stress in your life. So some of the things you can do is to treat yourself, whether it's to a coffee, a nice lunch, a favorite beverage, a favorite snack. Exercise, of course, is always wonderful. I'm trying yoga. I need to be more flexible anyway. As I'm kind of approaching middle age, I've realized that I need to probably try and work on my mobility. I do try to exercise. Of course, exercise is something that's good in so many different ways, but can be really hard if you have jobs that require you to work long hours or just leave you exhausted at the end of the day. So it's best just to give it a try if you can. At least walk around while you're at work, take the stairs, all that kind of good stuff. Certainly connecting with friends and loved ones, I think, is so important to alleviate stress. I'm an introvert, but I find that if I get out and about around people, it actually makes me feel better, even if all I do is smile at someone, or just people watch. People watch, I think, is something that really helps me alleviate my stress. Walking in a park, there's so many things that you can do to alleviate your stress. And many of us don't have an opportunity to spend a lot of time with self-care. So what I want to encourage all of you to do is just to take 1 minute, just 1 minute in your life, if that's all you can spare, and just do whatever makes you feel good. Maybe it's watching TV, maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's just staring off into space, maybe it's giving someone a hug, giving yourself a hug. Anything that you do that can bring you even a moment's peace will help alleviate your stress. A word about severe chronic stress, though, it can lead to depression and anxiety, and I think many people in this country suffer with that. If you find that your depression and anxiety is completely out of control, if you find that you're having more bad days than good days, I encourage you to talk to someone. Don't wait for it to get really bad. Talk to a friend, a counselor, talk to your primary care physician. Talk about options. Maybe counseling is an option for you. Maybe your depression is enough that it'll require a specialist care, like a psychiatrist or a psychologist, or just medications. There's many different things out there, I think, that can be used in conjunction with other stress alleviating measures like exercise that can help bring about a better quality of life for everyone. Stress is an everyday thing. I don't think any of us could ever get rid of all the stress in our life, and we shouldn't. Sometimes stress can be good. A new significant other or partner, a new baby in the house, a new animal in the house, getting your dream job or a promotion, moving into a home. All these things can be considered good stress, right? They're good things, but they still can affect you, and it still can be something that causes some of the things that we've talked about in your body. So just make sure you're doing something every day to bring your body back into that kind of homeostasis, that sense of calmness, help decrease those cortisol levels. And I think everyone will end up actually being healthier. I think that stress can also create a lot of inflammation in your body, causes people to overeat. So I think if you learn how to best handle your stress the way it works for you, I think it just leads to better health and hopefully a lot more happiness. So with that being said, I'm treating myself today by going to one of my favorite places for lunch and having a sandwich. I've already had most of my cappuccino, and I plan to walk around in our downtown area, which is really beautiful this time of year with the leaves changing. And I'll hopefully share a little bit of that kind of video embedded in this one. But in the meantime, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you guys do to alleviate your stress? Daily, weekly, monthly? And do you have any questions about stress, about depression and anxiety, about what you can do and how you should talk to your primary care physician if you have concerns? That's what this channel is for. And as a physician, I just want to let you guys know that it's not easy to talk about. These kinds of things I think are very difficult, especially for people in our country to talk about, but it's so important. And in the meantime, I'm going to sign off. I really enjoyed doing this video. I hope it turns out. And I will definitely talk to all of you next time. Bye.